In this video, I'm going to be going over the top 10 must-have cards right now in NBA 2K23. My team will be talking about some different price ranges, some cards that are like, 30 to 50, 60,000 MT, some kind of budget options for like 5 to 15,000, and then some really expensive must-have cards, just giving you guys different price ranges. But let me know in the comment section down below some other must-have cards you guys think in the game. After you see the top 10, let me know what you guys would change about it, and some other must-have cards you guys feel like are in the game. But in my opinion, I do think Jrue Holiday is one of the top 10 must-have cards. He only goes for about 40 to 50,000 MT, and he is such a good point guard, especially for his price tag. He's 6'5" with a 6'7" wingspan. I mean, if you guys are running like a team and you're trying to build if you're trying to build a really good team and you don't want like a Magic Johnson or Ben Simmons, you could argue Jrue Holiday is the third best point guard in the game. He's so elite on the defensive end. He's got a 98 steal, 98 lateral quickness, 98 perimeter with a 93 interior defense, and then he's also got tons of Hall of Fame defensive badges like Anchor, Challenger, Clamps, Glove, Menace, Pick Dodger, and Workhorse as well. So I mean, the card plays really good defense, and I think for this card it really just comes down to the fact if you like his jump shot. Me personally, I do like his release, but I can see where people are coming from when they say they don't really like his jump shot. It is a little bit fast and a little bit hard to time, but if you can get his jump shot down, especially off the dribble, he's actually not that bad of an offensive card. So overall, I think Jrue Holiday, not necessarily ranked in order, but definitely is going to be a top 10 must-have card in the game. Now, next card here is going to be D-Rob, and he has just always been a must-have and just such a good value card, especially now since he's dropped in price. He's down to about 45 to 50,000 MT. I believe he went as low as 40 or 35,000, so you should be able to pick him up around 45,000 MT, and that's going to be amazing value for still arguably the second best center in the game. Obviously, he's not going to be Yao Ming, but after that, there's like Joel Embiid, there's Olowokandi, Marc Gasol, but in my opinion, I think D-Rob is still probably the second best center. He's 7'1" with a 7'5" wingspan. The card plays really good defense, 94 block, 95 interior defense with an 84 steal and an 85 perimeter, and he's also really good on the offensive end. Like, he's got 87 speed, 87 3 ball, 94 mid-range, and does have still a very good jump shot. I am very curious to see what his jump shot looks like on quick timing, so hopefully we do get a Galaxy with D-Rob or a Dark Matter, and he will honestly be not better than Yao Ming, but he'll be even better of a card. But overall right now, I would say Pink Diamond D-Rob, definitely a must-have card. And then last card I do want to talk about for kind of that 40 to 60,000 MT range, I do think LeBron is definitely a must-have card since he got his Dark Matter, because this card's going for 6, 7, 800,000 MT, so that means his Pink Diamond has dropped a lot, and LeBron is still one of the better small forwards in the game. He's 6'9" with a 7' wingspan. Yes, he's not going to be his Dark Matter version, but he only goes for about 40, even as low as 35,000 MT, maybe 45,000 at the most, which is such good value, and I feel like just a must-have card if you guys are looking for a really good small forward for kind of around that price range. And then now talking about some budget cards that I definitely think are must-have. Like, if you guys are trying to build a team and you're looking for some budget cards, I think Trey Murphy has got to be on most budget teams. He's only about 10 to 15,000 MT, and he's going to be such a good small forward. He's 6'8" with a 7' wingspan, and overall just gives you great all-around play. Like, defensively, stats-wise, don't look to be the best, but this card does play really good defense in game. He's also amazing at going to the basket with a 98 driving dunk, 97 vertical, and also has Hall of Fame levelist takeoff and posterizer as well. So the card's really good at going to the rim. He's got a 94 3 ball, some pretty good Hall of Fame shooting badges like Amped, Blinders, Catch and Shoot, Claymore, Corner Specialist, and the release wise, I do think he's got a really good jump shot, and they also gave him the MJ dribble style and the Kobe Bryant escape. So all around, I think Trey Murphy for only about 10,000 MT is definitely a must-have budget card. Next must-have budget card is 1000% going to be AK, obviously with prices dropping a lot because of the new content and just overall Dark Matters coming in the game, drop the market like crazy. This AK is only going for about 15 to 20,000 MT, and he is such a good small forward. He's 6'9" with a 7' wingspan, and he's still one of the better defenders in the game. Obviously, yes, we did get Dark Matter LeBron and Dark Matter Giannis, who are probably better defenders all around than AK, but honestly, if we're just strictly talking defense, I think you could make an argument he's still the best defender in the game. He's got a 97 block, 97 steal, 97 lateral quickness, 96 perimeter with a 94 interior defense. And then you take a look at the badges. He's got tons of Hall of Fame defensive badges like Anchor, Challenger, Clamps, Glove, Interceptor, Menace, Off-Ball Pest, and Post Lockdown as well. So if you guys are building a budget team, I feel like most people definitely have to have AK-47. And this next card, I feel like you legit have to have on any single budget squad in the game. and that is going to be the Amethyst Penny Hardaway. He's a point guard, shooting guard, 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan, and he is basically the exact same as his Pink Diamond version. And you can make an argument that this Pink Diamond Penny is still a top 5 point guard in the game, so this Amethyst is easily a top 10, probably like top 7 or 8 point guard in the game, and he only goes for 2,000 MT. So if you guys are ever trying to build a budget team or just trying to get some point guards for cheap, I think Penny Hardaway is definitely a must-have pickup and just overall a really good point guard. Now I do want to talk about some more expensive cards. Terry Dischinger actually has gone down a lot in price. Like right now he's only about 50 to 60,000 MT, and that is going to be really good value for Terry Dischinger because he's a really good shooting guard. He's 6'7" with a 6'11" wingspan. Obviously gives you great all-around stats. Like his stats, there's really no flaw with his stats. He's pretty much got perfect all-around stats, and I would say even animations could be better for Terry Dischinger because he's got super elite dribble sigs with the Chris Paul dribble style, Fox size up, John Wall scape, and the Dame behind the back, and then he's got a great jump shot with the Rudy Gay base, Carmelo Anthony upper, on quick timing, and the normal leaners. I mean, there's nothing you could really ask for, you know, with his animations. Like he's got very elite dribble sigs, really good jump shot, and stats and badges are pretty much perfect. Like I still think he's a top 5 shooting guard in the game, so if we're only going to 50-60,000 MT, I think he's definitely going to be a must-have card. And then talking about even more expensive cards, probably the most expensive card on this tier, on this top 10, or kind of around the most expensive, is going to be Galaxy Nikola Jokic, because I do believe he's actually the second best power forward in the game, even over guys like Dirk and Yee. I think he's a little bit behind Kevin Garnett just because KG brings the defense, but Jokic is such a good 6'11" power forward. He's also got a 7'3" wingspan, and if you guys have used Jokic, you will just know why this card plays so well in game. I honestly can't pinpoint exactly why. I think it's coming down to his jump shot. For me, I love this release. I think it's such a good jump shot and super easy to green. I think it's also the fact that he can move really well. He moves like a guard. He's got quick drops off one. Like he's just so nice on the offensive end. One of my favorite offensive cards used in the game right now, and probably the best offensive power forward in the game, even over Dirk and Yee, because obviously he's better than Kevin Garnett on the offensive end. Defensively, not going to be the greatest, but still a very solid defender. Like he's got an 88 interior defense, 87 block, 85 steal, 85 perimeter. So I feel like for only about 200,000 MT, I would say Jokic is definitely going to be one of the better must-have cards in the game, especially if you're trying to build one of the best lineups. And then the last kind of expensive card I do want to talk about is going to be Galaxy Magic, but I also want to say I'm including Magic and Ben Simmons as kind of one card because it really comes down to preference of who you guys think is the best point guard in the game, and they're really the same price. Like I think Magic might be a little bit more, going for like 275 to 300,000, where I think Ben Simmons is like 250 to 275. So actually let me know in the comment section down below, who do you guys think is the best point guard between Magic and Ben Simmons? For me personally, I do think it's Magic Johnson by a tiny bit. And he's going to go for about, like I said, 275 to 300,000 MT, maybe even a little bit cheaper if you do kind of get him for a bid snipe. But I just feel like there's such dominant point guards compared to all the other point guards in the game. Like I know Drew's really good, Harden's really good, obviously Luka could be very solid, Penny Hardaway, Donald, like there's some very good point guards. But I feel like if you guys are trying to build one of the best lineups in the game, like you kind of have to have Magic or Ben Simmons on your lineup because they're 6'9" and 6'11" point guards. If you're not running one of those two guys and you match up against a Ben Simmons or a Magic and you're running a Don Ole, you're running a John Morant, you're running maybe a Luka, even those guys that can't really keep up with Magic and Ben on the defensive end. So overall, I think whether you want to say Ben, whether you want to say Magic for who's the best point guard, I think one of those two guys is definitely going to be a must-have point guard. And then finally, guys, to round off the top 10, I do want to talk about some free cards that I do think are must-have. Now, obviously, Kevin Garnett, he's going to be available for the entire year, and I think slowly but surely, everybody should be grinding for this card. Obviously, the faster you can get him, the better he'll be in the long term because, you know, there's probably going to be better power forwards coming out. Like you could make an argument Giannis is the best power forward in the game, which he probably is, you know, depending on your play style and what you want from your power forward. So make sure you guys are grinding for Kevin Garnett. Obviously going to be such a good free card, and probably the best free card in my team. Now there is Ray Allen, who did expire, but I feel like if you got this card, he is definitely a must-have card on your lineup. I think he's the best shooting guard in the game, even with Vince Carter and Scottie Pippen. So he was definitely a must-have card. Karl Malone, though, grinding for that Opal Westbrook, I feel like is a really good power forward. If you guys looking to have like a really good free power forward, you know, you don't want to spend MT on a Jokic or a Dirk, and you just want a free power forward that's really elite, I think Karl Malone is such a good 6'9" power forward. Other free cards, I mean, if you're grinding for Kevin Garnett, you will get Andrew Wiggins. He's another really solid free card as well. And just make sure you guys are grinding for as many free cards as possible, especially getting that Opal Russell Westbrook, because I feel like he could be a very good point guard. But let me know in the comment section down below, like I said earlier, guys, maybe some other must-have cards you guys feel like should be on this list. But hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.